Good afternoon. I'm honored to welcome His Excellency Alexander Williams, Jamaica High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, whose distinguished diplomatic service now guides a new era of partnership and engagement between Jamaica and its vibrant diaspora in the UK. Since his appointment in 2023, High Commissioner Williams, drawing on decades as a prominent attorney, parliamentarian, and community leader, has made community outreach, cultural ties, and diaspora engagement central pillars of his mission, building on the deep historical links between Jamaica and the UK that stretch back to the arrival of the Windrush generation. Today, we explore how the High Commissioner's efforts are shaping the trajectory and impact of the Jamaica diaspora, fostering pride, unity, and opportunity across generations. His Excellency's vision for collaboration, inclusivity, and cultural empowerment offers invaluable insights into the evolving role of Jamaicans abroad, the strengthening of cross-cultural identity, and ongoing initiatives that ensures the diaspora remains a dynamic force in both British and Jamaican society. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you and I introduce you, Mr. Alexander Williams, His Excellency.
How are you,
sir?
SYLBOURNE? How's everything?
Fantastic, fantastic.
Good, man.
It is 2023 when you came.
Yes.
And it's 2025.
Yes.
We've been trying to get this going.
Yes.
We'll finally.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, what is it like? What is it like since you've been here in the UK?
Well, first of all, I've been asked often enough,
Yes.
do I enjoy what I'm doing?
Okay.
And if you don't mind me putting a hell in front of the yes, I say, hell yes. I do enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It is the mix of political, cultural, and economic engagements that I make on behalf of the Jamaican government, plus engaging the diaspora.
Yes.
And I'm not just the High Commissioner to the UK, it also includes Finland, Ireland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and Cyprus.
Yes, yes.
And through the honorary consuls in those jurisdictions and my visits,
Yes.
I maintain contact with the diaspora in those jurisdictions.
And
trying to work.
Are they growing as well?
Oh yes,
Yes.
oh yes, and working out their issues. Their issues may not only just be personal, but business issues as well.
Yes.
I try to facilitate cooperation and putting one commercial entity in, say, Sweden in touch with a Jamaican entity and so on to foster that kind of, supply ties and so on, and,
Yes.
So that is all part of it. So it's in addition to that, there is CARICOM.
Yes.
Caribbean Common, and I currently chair the CARICOM caucus here in the United Kingdom.
Is that since the Prime Minister took over the chair?
Yes, roughly the same time.
Yeah.
It's a 6-month period that I'll be doing
Yes.
it, but there's CARICOM and all the issues surrounding CARICOM, and then there's a Commonwealth.
Yes.
And I'm actively involved in that as well. So the seat of the Commonwealth, of course, is in Marlborough House here in London.
Yeah.
And I deal with the Commonwealth issues here in UK on behalf of the Jamaican government. So I can imagine my plate is
Yes,
rather
you
full.
got your hand full. You got your
Yes.
hand full. So
Yes.
how would you then describe then your main priorities as Jamaican ambassador to the UK?
I think that the main priority is to deepen and foster the relationship between what I call the Jamaicans abroad with the Jamaicans at home. Jamaica, as you probably know, is doing fairly well nowadays in terms of the economy and so on. And what I'm trying to get going is to increase the interests of the diaspora here in what is happening in Jamaica to see how they can benefit themselves.
Yes.
So I find often enough when I'm speaking in a public forum or what have you, or a town hall meeting, I'm telling the diaspora about what is actually happening in Jamaica.
Because one of the key things is that you represent Jamaica, and your perspective is all good, all Jamaica. What's
Yes,
happening in Jamaica,
indeed,
and
indeed.
ensure that the message in Jamaica is communicated to the people in the diaspora.
Indeed, indeed, so that they understand exactly what is happening.
Yeah.
So that has, I think that has been my main priority.
Yes.
I say to people, wherever I go,
Yes.
here in the UK and in Finland and so on, I say that when you go in, say, downtown Kingston, on a typical day, you see an Irish businessman, a Lebanese, a Syrian, walking up and down, asking questions about property, what are the possibilities and all of that. And I say, hey,
Yes.
the message is out for the rest of the world.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Jamaican diaspora here in the UK, get on the wagon.
Right.
Get on the wagon. Apart from your Airbnb and the tourism sector and all of that, there's so much possibility in the business process outsourcing sector, in real estate development and so on. So much opportunity.
It's interesting what you're saying there, and it takes me away from my track of thinking when you mention about the potential in Jamaica, what diasporans can do, because as you rightly say, it's not the Lebanese man, not the Spanish man, not the Chinese man. It's not their forte. It's really Jamaicans in the diaspora really should engage. And
That's
really
right. Marco, I'm not discounting all of that,
Yes.
not discounting the interests of all these businessmen from all the far-flung territories, because of course we're out of many one
Yes.
people.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, it would be good, quite frankly, those with Jamaican descendants, who have, let us say, have a familial tie to Jamaica,
Yes.
to actively participate in Jamaica. And I'm not just saying this for Jamaica's benefit, I'm saying for their benefit. I can talk about, say for instance, the special economic zone that we have.
Yes.
Giving concessionary rates to persons who would like to build property in Jamaica in the zone, get concessions on their corporate tax, building out their industries. You can, Jampro, who does such a wonderful job here in the UK and across all the different missions, can engage Jamaicans in the diaspora to let them know about the wonderful opportunities over here across all sectors.
It's very interesting what you're saying there, and that's what a lot of persons sometimes feel like the priorities and the emphasis is on others and not the diaspora, but that's not the case.
It just isn't the case. I can tell you, I have, since being here, I have met with a number of different businesses that have a Jamaican connection, who say, like, I'm typically a distributor or whatnot. I would like to get a particular product into Jamaica, and I'd like to take a particular product from Jamaica and introduce it to the UK market. And I've been making the calls and sending the emails and connecting. And I've had some success there. A number of different entities. So, and that is just one aspect.
And of course,
you talk about music, you talk about the entertainment industry with the possibilities that are there, the screen development initiative that has just been launched, when I say just a few years now, which allows for films being made and all of that. There's opportunities with a certain agreement that's in place now for a UK outfit can get into a partnership or a business arrangement with a Jamaican outfit and produce a movie.
And also, like with our good friend, Solicitor Ventures Henry, this property.
Oh, yes.
That's another,
indeed.
active.
He started his orchard development. Yes, and that is another thing that I've been pushing, that there are excellent opportunities. Jamaica, where it is placed, the unique climate and all of that, were particularly good with certain orchard products.
Fantastic. Now, as you said, you are positioned in the UK, but you're also positioned in Europe.
Yes.
Even though there's Brexit, but you're still connected.
Yes. And can I say this? Can I say this? That is something, you see, in every, let us say, there are opportunities in just about every situation.
Yes.
What has Brexit allowed for. It allows for the United Kingdom to not just look to Europe, but to also look to the Commonwealth,
Yes.
first of all, and narrow it down to Latin America and the Caribbean as a way in which to seek their own growth and benefit,
Yes.
which may benefit us. It means that there's greater opportunity for trade, investment to flow between UK and in particular Jamaica.
And for someone now in mainland Europe now, what specific strategies are you then using to deepen the engagement? So we just shift away from the UK, but into the mainland areas where you have sort of emphasis and control over.
Yeah.
What are some of the strategies being used?
Well, what we do, and I try to do this in tandem with John Pro more often than not, wherever I go, we try to identify key businesses in the particular country and introduce those key businesses to the opportunities in Jamaica.
Yes.
So for instance, if you go to Finland, we may find a Jamaican distributorship that might be operating there. And then we say, oh, you know, you can do this in Jamaica. We can put you in touch with so and so and so and so at that level. In addition to that, of course, in my engagement in the Commonwealth, there are fora, trade and investment fora that I'm involved in, where we talk about how do we deepen the supply chains, the business opportunities, et cetera, back office provision through business process outsourcing, how we can do that from Jamaica for you, where you are in Cyprus or in Sweden. We can do this for you in Jamaica. So we explore all of those things. You know, it is a constant daily thing, I don't mind telling you.
Yes.
Because I get emails all the time. And wherever I go, I say, hey, my role here is as a facilitator.
Yes.
I'm facilitating the growth of your business wherever you in those territories with Jamaica, how Jamaica benefits and how you benefit. So I've been doing a lot of that. And I can tell you the one particular example I can tell you, who named it the distributorship that is now has lobster coming here from Jamaica.
Not from Halfway Tree, not on Crossroads.
I won't get into the details, right? With John Pro and with some assistance, I don't mind telling you, from us, managed to get that going.
Yes.
You know? And of course, you spoke about Vendries and his orchard development that is taking place and all that. But it's so many different areas. I have fashion, you know, businesses that want to expand outside of Jamaica and come into the United Kingdom and all that. Songwriting, etc., etc. So it's across all sectors.
Well, I know that because I mean I've been involved with a couple of events which took place here. When Senator Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry and Commerce, was here, and also the recent ones whereby you had Jamaicans also coming over here and actually exploring how they can engage with British people in the BP industry.
Indeed.
Which is another area as well.
Quite right.
It's not just going to Jamaica, it's also from Jamaica tapping into the UK as well.
Exactly. And I've hosted, I'm pleased to say that I've hosted different events.
Yes.
Information technology, business process outsourcing. I even hosted an oil company.
Okay.
You know, the exploration for oil in Jamaica. Apparently so.
Okay.
So I was pleased to host a shareholder meeting here. Yeah. For that, you know, to see that gets going. So it's varied.
Yes.
It's cutting across all sectors. It's not just tourism and mining and agriculture. It's the other, if you want to call it, non-traditional sectors. We're talking about the orange economy, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
You're talking about the arts and so on, and the blue economy as well. And because we have outfits here who are interested in using their expertise to assist Jamaica with climate change.
Yes.
And I've been, as best as possible, facilitating those outfits to assist Jamaica in how we go about financing for climate change, steps that can be taken in regards to our fisheries and so on. You know, so it's multifaceted and varied.
You said the right word, multifaceted. The UK, Finland, Jamaica, Birmingham. How do you balance it? You said it earlier, you know, how do you balance all of this then to be Is it you alone?
No, no, no. No. I certainly couldn't do it alone. I'm
Yes.
very blessed with a dynamic
Yes.
and well-aware staff right here at the mission.
Yes.
I don't mind telling you, quarterly, my schedule gets set every 3 months, and we plan out how I will engage the diaspora, different businesses, and so on, and my engagement with the Commonwealth on different events that may be taking place.
Yes.
And I can tell you, every week there's always something going on, always an event that I really ought to attend. So there is that. And of course, at a micro level, every day I go to my desk and I go through all the different issues that I need to deal with, and my things to do, and go through my things to do, which helps to plan my day, which overlays onto what I've just described. So I need to maintain my connection, or the mission's connection, with the diaspora.
Yes.
And I do it through the many events that are taking place that deal with Windrush, that deal with charities, and so on.
And the diaspora
So
organization.
I'm constantly engaging them and assisting them in whatever way I can.
Well, and getting to the meat of it, what would you say then what should I say, what do you find as most challenging? I remember one time the late Delano Franklin said, and when he was Minister of State, and he said, Jamaicans are people who, most of them are leaders. Everybody's a leader. and there's 3 million, there's 2.5 million in Jamaica, 2.5 million outside of Jamaica. Of
I know we have to add another million nowadays.
Exactly.
3 to 3.5,
yes,
yeah.
I know you got the UK now. What do you find as most challenging now in, what is the demand of the people in the diaspora? What is it?
Well, if we're talking what is the most challenging, let me just say, first of all, the most challenging political issue,
Yes.
I will say, before we get to the diaspora right now, is the issue of reparatory justice.
Yes.
I think, well, let me say, first of all, that for the first time in history, the issue of reparatory justice is at a political level. And the only former slave-owning nation that has not yet apologized is the United Kingdom.
Yes.
So, and I'm here in the United Kingdom. So it is, how do we go about beginning the conversation on that issue?
We keep talking about the conversation for a long time.
We keep talking about the conversation for a long time.
Yes.
But for the first time, we're at a political level.
Yes.
Now that, I find, is a big challenge. But I see ways forward, and hoping to see how that will develop. With the diaspora, I think the biggest challenge is communication.
Yes.
And the knowledge that the diaspora has as to what is happening in Jamaica. A lot of times in my town hall meetings and all of that, I'm pushing back against what they may understand to be the case based on social media, when so often more than not, social media hasn't gotten it quite right.
Yes.
As to what actually is happening in Jamaica. And so there's a pushback. So what can I do? Talk more, engage more, explain more, show the access more. Yeah, that is one challenge. The other big challenge, and then I'll just get to it, is consular services.
Yes.
Or consular services here, which is not where it should be.
Okay.
The truth is that the Jamaican High Commission here in London has not expanded in the way it should to meet the current demands of our Jamaican diaspora.
Right.
There are roughly 830,000 Jamaicans now in the United Kingdom. And I don't think for the resources that we have, we were able to manage more than, say, 35,000 Jamaicans. So it creates backlog in all sorts of respects.
So that growth up to 830,000.
Yes.
Coming from what it was before.
Yes.
You have the same
the physical the physical plant and machinery, let us call it that, really hasn't expanded to meet the demand. So we don't have enough manpower. There's greater need for the use of technology, which I'm hoping to solve that problem soon.
Yes.
So those have caused us to say not be able to issue passports or get passports done quickly enough. And we have to interface with PICA on that, because PICA is really the ones who issue the passports, citizenship applications and so on. The rate at which we call back or inform persons who apply for their passport or their citizenship and all of that is really not at a place where we would like. Just to give you an idea, when we're answering one query on the phone, there'll be 200 missed calls.
And then people get
annoyed that that's right. You may have unanswered emails, sometimes running to the thousands, because you don't have enough people tracking the emails to respond to the queries and so on, which has to do with not sufficient manpower, literally, because of the substantially increased demand. Now, what I can tell you, that we're taking steps now to mitigate all of these. Steps have been taken, and we're beginning to see improvement. Now, we're going to have to keep at it. We're going to have to, as best as possible, rely on technology.
Yes.
Certain technologies have been piloted in other missions to see how they're working. We don't know. It's been piloted, so I don't know how far along it is, and when we'll be able to utilize them. But that is the way we're going to have to go.
Well, I want to say that persons who are listening, and in the next section, there are some questions that Jamaicans have put, and you have sort of dealt with aspects of it right there, and that is really good, because I sense that a lot of persons are seeking that sort of answer as to what can be done to deal with the slow pace of things. But the good thing about the High Commissioner, what you've done, you put your hands up.
Yes.
To try to understand that there are some challenges.
Yes, we're well aware of the challenges.
Yes.
Well aware. Part of it, to be frank with you, is, how do I say this now? Cultural issues that we face.
Yes.
Jamaican cultural issues.
Break that down. Yeah.
All right. One is our names. Sounds fairly simple.
Yeah.
We have what slows down too many applications where there is a divergence between a name by which you go and the name that is on your documents.
You mean every Jamaican have a different name?
Two different names. And it creates problems. It does create problems. So it will slow down, causing resubmissions and what have you. It can be a problem.
The back and forth.
Back and forth and all of that. It's one particular issue. Another issue is this way we have as Jamaicans. You go to the website, there's an application that can be done online.
Yes.
Still, you would prefer to come to the mission, get the physical form, sit down in front of an officer who is going to help you fill out the form. All right?
Yes.
Now, when one officer, we have just 3 or 4, takes 45 minutes with one customer to fill out a form, which could be done online,
yes,
you realize the backlog that creates we are the 50, 60 customers behind that person.
Yes.
All right? Too often there are applicants come with an application that could simply be done online.
So therefore...
But it's a cultural thing to get you to just do the application online. I'll give you not a problem. Some surgeries that we have had. I remember one particular one where some ladies, elderly ladies, came to say, and they tell you that they can't read and write.
Yes.
They say they can't read and write and they want help. All right, so this is a surgery, so we actually have the forms to sit down and assist them. And then they're asking that a provision should be made for them at the High Commission that they can come in and do that.
Yes.
That's unworkable. It cannot work. There's no way that could work.
Yes.
For the same reasons as I just outlined. So it means, to my mind, and I'm just saying, you're at home and all of that, you're either illiterate or whatnot, or you're not familiar enough with the form and you don't consider yourself familiar enough with the form. Get a family member, get a friend, get somebody to assist you to fill out the form, because it is just physically impossible for and maintain a situation where you have one person tying up an officer, sometimes an hour.
It's very interesting what you're saying there, and it's a logistics thing. And sometimes people will say, do they want help? I'm just putting it out there. Do they want volunteers? Do they want people to come in and to help that backlog or so like that? People in the diaspora
that's right.
sometimes say...
Even just before we began this interview, I got an email request from someone who wanted to know the process to replace their documents. Sent me an email for the process to how to replace, I think it was a passport or what have you. Its answer is online. Rather than send me an email, just go online, go onto the website and press, it's right there. So sets out the steps.
So ladies and gentlemen, let's plug this bit here. A lot of the information that is needed at the High Commission, instead of coming to the High Commission, there's a facility for it to be online.
And let me just say this, and I will readily admit that the website needs to be upgraded.
Okay.
We have seen that. In some instances, it's not quite user-friendly.
Right.
And that we're going through that process now to see how we can make the website a little bit more user-friendly. The information is there. The information is there. It's just not user-friendly enough.
Well, I want to say to you, Ambassador, because I've been speaking to a few Jamaicans as well, and there's a key Jamaican that I know, you might know of it. But artificial intelligence, while let's say it is taking away job, but it can make things a bit more effective.
Indeed.
And more efficient.
Like every other tool,
yes.
It is supposed to assist the person who is employed.
Yes.
It's a tool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I believe that there's something there with this conversation. But what is then the most rewarding then diplomatic achievement since you've been here since 2023?
Well, there are several rewarding ones. One, the first one, let me go by, let me see if I can address it this way. The first one was keeping Jamaica on the in category C of the International Maritime Organization.
Okay.
The International Maritime Organization is that international body that regulates safety and security for shipping worldwide.
Yes.
And dealing with aspects of climate change, cleaning up dirty ships, etc., etc. It's a body. It is very important. It was very important to me for Jamaica to maintain its place on that body.
Yes.
And I'm pleased to say that one of the first things when I landed here, as a matter of fact, almost day 2 landing here, was garnering the necessary votes to keep Jamaica on the International Maritime Organization. And don't mind telling you, election coming up again this year.
Yeah.
So we're already canvassing other countries to maintain our position on it. Jamaica is the seat of the International Seabed Authority.
Yes.
We have the Caribbean Maritime University, which is accredited by the IMO. We are responsible for women in shipping and the organizations surrounding that and protecting women's rights in shipping and so on. Jamaica is poised to be the premier transshipment point in the Caribbean. That is to say, linking the north of the world with the south of the world. We're one of the best, I think the second or the third best natural harbor in the world, all right? And when you think about where we need to be as a maritime, I'm going to say the words I've been saying, a maritime power, it is a key and important that remain on the IMO. So that has been the very rewarding thing for me.
Fantastic.
Other ways in which I'm patting myself on the back, if you don't mind me saying so, is when I've solved a problem.
Yes.
I've solved a problem with this company here in the UK with a Jamaican entity, or managed to resolve a problem that they may have with a regulatory problem or what have you. Charities who say, oh, I want to ship this equipment to Jamaica, is in a way in which I can get some duty waiver, blah, 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 what have you, and manage to put them in contact with whoever it is at customs to see to it that it happens. Yes. So that ongoing thing really rewards me.
And can I just say, irrespective of political parties and change of government, those bits are entrenched.
Yes,
Entrenched.
absolutely.
That's what I want. Yeah,
absolutely.
they're
Now listen,
entrenched.
I'm here
Yes.
as a High Commissioner
Yes.
for Jamaica.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter to me what political stripes are.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for the first break. We're going to take a break now. I'm with His Excellency Alexander Williams, High Commissioner to the UK from Jamaica. Thank you very much. We'll be back shortly.
Hi, my name's Travis, and welcome to Flaky Cross, where we do things the real way. Let me show you how it's all done.
Making bread can be deceiving. Simple ingredients, but a long and careful process. Countless hours have been put into our craft to make sure our bread and buns are of the highest quality. Most of you know us for our patties, but we do more than that. We make fluffy, cold and harder bread and some of the softest buns you'll ever taste.
So, order now at flakycrossbakery.co.uk and use code FCB for 10% off your first order.
Welcome to Fury Kitchen, where we don't just serve food, we serve flavour straight from the islands. From oxtail, fried chicken, to creamy mac and cheese, and golden plantain. Every bite tells a story. Whether you're passing through for lunch or wanting to wine and dine for dinner, there's always a plate with your name on it. Fury Kitchen, Fury Vibes. Find us at 305 Sydenham Road, SE26 5EW. We are looking forward to seeing you there. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaicans in the diaspora, welcome back to my interview with His Excellency Alexander Williams, Jamaica High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. Welcome back, High Commissioner.
Yes, man.
Thank you so much for the initial discussion that we have.
Sure.
Can I just ask you, regarding the diaspora, what the interfacing, what are some of the key examples of some successful community outreach that you have had with Jamaicans within the UK? And of course, you can even talk about Finland and all this.
We would need an hour.
You have
for me to
the
outreach, I must say, first of all, is incredible.
Yes.
It really is. My typical week doesn't go by without me being in a charitable function,
Yes.
like a dinner or what have you, visiting a Windrush monument or an event,
Yes.
going to a football match or going to a cricket match.
Yes. Domino.
Dominoes, yeah, we play dominoes here. But the community, the Jamaican diaspora community, I find is very well organized. You know, I might complain to say there's so many different Windrush organizations. I can't possibly keep up with them all.
Yes.
You know, the charitable organizations, I'm basically up to speed on them all.
Yes.
Your patron have been made patron for so many different ones.
Yes.
So the outreach is deep and incredible. You know. So let me just say first, hats off to the Jamaicans here in the UK. You're doing an absolutely wonderful job.
Yes.
You know, they are benefiting schools, hospitals. I can name a few: Heart Foundation, Noel Holmes Hospital, what have you.
Yes, Noel Holmes.
And that they do it continuously and so well. I get WhatsApp messages almost daily from different charities to say, oh, this is happening. Thank you, EHC, for facilitating this or facilitating that. When they go back to Jamaica and they want to make links or contacts with, say, a Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, what have you, I put them in touch to see that their particular project is going well. And they come and they report back to me and say so and so. I recall visiting one school in Montego Bay, that Angel Foundation, just named Angel Foundation, were sponsoring, and I was particularly pleased to be there at a particular time when they're doing that project.
Yes.
So it's continuous, and we're a great Jamaica is very grateful for that.
And do you think that Jamaicans, in a way, over the years, and it's coming from the initial period of Windrush, where they had to come together, that same sort of symmetry is still happening, where they come together, like they say, there's a rum bar in every corner, there's a house, there's a organization.
Yes, there appears to be that, you know. So yesterday, I should tell you, I was at Windrush Square.
Okay, in Brixton.
In Brixton, and I made a point there that of all the different Windrush monuments and so on. This one was a pretty good capsule of the different Windrush issues in one quote-unquote monument, which is a square.
Yes.
Because you had the personal stories of persons of the Windrush generation.
Was it the pictures?
The pictures.
And unfortunately, somebody had...
But no has been replaced.
It has been replaced?
Oh, yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
And then you
Might
have
pass through there later.
monument, which was right there for the soldiers that fought in World War I and World War II, and so on, and different other monuments in and around the square.
Yes.
So you had the stories, you had the not just the stories, but the monuments on top of it. So I found it to be particularly good.
Yes.
You know? And I made a point then, which I will make here, that the Caribbean, and maybe I can speak for Jamaica, not so well versed on Windrush as it should be. And I know that that Windrush monument is now going to be, we're going to move around. They're going to the Home Office.
Okay.
And they're going to go to other locations. Right. And I made a point, it would be good if we could go across the Caribbean now.
Right, a replica.
Go to Jamaica, go to Barbados.
Like the torch.
That's right. That's right.
Mm.
Or maybe even permanent exhibits.
Yes.
We could have a permanent exhibit for Windrush at the National Gallery or what have you, or in one of the several museums that we have there. Have a special section just to deal with Windrush.
Do you think that, and we go back to the repertory justice bit there, do you think that it is setting the stage and shaming persons that they will have to confront this?
Well, first of all, while there's some relatability between the two, is really two separate issues.
Yeah.
You know, in a sense, I suppose, to the extent that the UK government has engaged substantially with the Windrush scandal and done their very best to remove from that to repair, if I might use that word, what happened. They've done so with the compensation scheme, new Windrush commissioner, trying to deepen understanding of persons who wish to apply to restore their leave to remain or their citizenship, in addition to get compensation, and all of that has been taking place. There is a sense, I suppose, that the UK government, having engaged with that, would be more willing now to engage with the issue of reparatory justice.
Yes.
I suppose. Let us see. It's intuitive in one's mind, but let us hope so.
Because I say to people all the while, if you listen to Kemi, if you listen to Sama, and you listen to the King, they're all saying the same thing because it's a national policy.
Yes.
The only way it is going to change is when a collective movement or something push. And that's why I always say to Jamaicans overseas as well, I always say, get involved in the political system. Get involved there, because that is where things will move. You know?
I had the opportunity to speak at one in the Conference of the Whole, which is all the nations coming together prior to the lead up to the last CHOGM, Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. I had an occasion to say that the arc of history bends towards justice.
Yes.
And that is how you must view reparatory justice. Marcus Garvey, etc., different black leaders in the past have spoken of the issue of reparations in one way or the other. And this is the first time, quote unquote, in history that it has got to a level, political level, where it should be, you know? So it may well be that we won't get to a position where there are actual reparations during my lifetime.
Yes.
That may well be the case, but each person needs to pick up the baton and push it to the next level.
You know, I was reading a bit of Marcus Garvey, just as you said there, and when he was speaking somewhere, and a lady said, listening to Marcus Garvey, he has now given my people backbones instead of wishbones.
Indeed. Indeed. Indeed.
I'd say read.
Marcus Garvey is, I think, one of the most important political philosophers that we have had, certainly from the 20th century. All right? 19th and 20th century, mostly 20th century, early 20th century.
Yes.
That political philosophy is one, apart from black pride,
Yes.
and I'm going to say black exceptionalism. We can pick that apart at another point.
Yes.
All right. His political philosophy was married to a practicality.
Yes.
As to how do we execute. He tried it with Black Star Line and his whole approach to Pan-Africanism, trying to get Africa united and get the people in the diaspora interested in and understand the benefit of Africa to people of African descent. I thought, and I think, particularly when it comes to reparatory justice now, we need to draw lessons from Marcus Garvey's philosophical approach of seeking practical solutions.
Yes.
His philosophical approach in seeking practical solutions. We are coming to grips now with the history of the transatlantic slave trade, slavery and colonialism, and making sure that the story is told and recounted, not diluted or misrepresented by those who used to record the history in the past.
Yes.
So we're doing that. But the next step is, how do we achieve reparatory justice? Which doesn't necessarily mean trillions of dollars in the pockets of black nations.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean that. It may well mean country specific.
Yes.
Each country will design their own package, which may mean development or development financing.
Yes.
Or it may mean trade benefits in a particular way. It may mean what are the political engagements as between that country and the UK government. It may mean all these things mixed up into when you're talking about education and health and so on. It may mean all of that. But I believe that we need some Garveyism in the approach to reparations. Seeking practical solutions for the philosophical standpoint that you're at.
Yes.
There was an injury. The injury still affects us today. The difference in development between the former slave-owning countries and us now is still marked, even with aid and development finance that we have had all these years or decades. There is still that imbalance. And the imbalance is directly attributable to the chattel transatlantic slave trade and colonialism.
Now, I'm going off script, and then I'm delving a bit further into this. Jamaicans in the diaspora, black people in the diaspora for years, what is your message then for black people in the diaspora to be
up you mighty race,
empowered? Because
up you mighty race.
I tell you this. My friend sometimes will say, "Silburn, leave the Babylon system and come back a yard and build." I'm going to finish further, and then I'll say, "Yeah, but when I'm walking around and I'm looking around and I got my children, I'm seeing a lot of black people in the UK. Where's that level of leadership is going to come from if we all leave?"
Leave to go where now?
Leave to go Jamaica, leave to go to and leave.
The leadership, no, well, listen. The leadership, I don't believe the leadership is pinned to where you are physically in the globe. Your leadership can be anywhere you are.
Yes.
Especially in this age of technology.
Yes.
And guess what? Marcus Garvey didn't limit his advocacy to being in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He tried it all over the United States, right? You know how that panned out, right?
They tried to,
So I'm saying, if you're a leader in this movement, start where you are and expand from there.
Jerusalem is somewhere in Upper North World.
Wherever you are, start where you are and expand from there.
Now, I think it's very important. And with your, what should I say, your history, your level as a parliamentarian, as an attorney, experience in public service, how has that influenced your navigating this terrain?
Well,
this terrain.
So first of all, I'm not a career diplomat.
Yes.
And I think quite frankly, it has benefited me.
Yes.
I'm not saying anything against career diplomats because of a specific skill set that that I don't have much of, not being a career diplomat.
Yes.
But my perspectives tend to be different. And my approach to solving matters tends to be different. You know? One of the great challenges, and you mentioned challenges in our earlier on.
Yes, yes.
One of the challenges that I face is bureaucracy, as you can imagine. I may see a problem.
Lock it down.
Yes, and I may know the solution and I know how to execute, but I can't execute in a particular way in which I would wish to execute it.
Yes.
But having been a sort of politician, let's call it that, a sort of politician, I know how to navigate spaces,
Yes.
how to get people to see things my way when I need them to see things my way, and manage to get to a position of solution.
Yes.
And I think having been, you know, chaired different government boards, I understand a fair amount about how government works, etc. But still keeping my eye on the result.
Yes.
And I don't believe in a meeting being a result. Let's put it that way. A meeting is
For meeting's sake.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't believe in that at all. Just get straight to the result.
Well, I want to tell you this. Before I came on here, I always do my sort of survey and feedback from Jamaicans within the diaspora, because that's what I'm representing. And I have a lot of questions from the public, you know. And we're just going to roll off a couple of them. And I think you've sort of touched on a couple of them already. But one which comes up a lot is about voting rights for Jamaicans overseas. And it linked with, will the Jamaican government implement postal votings or proxy voting for diasporans living overseas in light of people want to get involved with the election? When will the Jamaican government implement the system to make it easier for diasporans to update and renew their national voter ID, you know? And that's from a JL. I just have his...
All right, let's start with the voting issue first. So Jamaica is currently going through constitutional reform.
Yes.
When I say currently going through, I know constitutional reform has been a rather intractable thing.
Yes.
There have been different iterations and so on. But culminating all of that has led to the current Constitutional Reform Committee.
Yes.
And we have gone to the stage where a bill has been tabled in Parliament to deal with the issue of whether Jamaica should be a republican system of government as opposed to a monarchical, constitutional monarchy, which it is now. I.e., should we get rid of the king and have our own Jamaican president? That's the first step. The issues as to voting and a number of other issues will be addressed in other stages of the constitutional reform process. Indeed, it's a phase-by-phase process. There is an opportunity to diasporans to make submissions on the issue of voting to the Constitutional Reform Committee.
Yes.
There's a website, email address, and all of that just for submissions to be made on that particular issue.
Yes.
So the long and short of it is, this is one of the issues that is being addressed by the Jamaican government.
And also, one of the other questions is about, and this is a good one, it's about the beaches. What is happening to address restricted access to beaches?
Well, first of all, let us clear up one of some misconceptions here.
Yes.
First of all, the beach, properly so defined under the Beach Control Act, low water mark, high water mark, is never privately owned. Let that sink in.
So for the record,
yes,
what the High Commissioner said, the beaches are not privately owned. Okay, let's start with that base.
Good.
Yes.
So, and I can tell you, when I was chairman of the Land Divestment Advisory Committee, one of the things we always looked to when somebody was going to lease property in government, owned by government, etc., to ensure that the access as is required by law is maintained, which is still the case. We can quarrel about what that access looks like, which is a separate conversation. There's no barring of any Jamaican using the beach. In other words, you cannot not use the beach. But the issue is the access to the beach.
Yes.
So sometimes the access physically may be overgrown, not properly cared for and all of that, which quite frankly may be a public problem as much as a private problem. all right, depending on lease arrangements or what have you, over the property that is not the beach.
Yes.
All right. Layered on that is the issue of security for, let us say, guests at a particular hotel that are using the beach. Typically, a security guard who is on that beach, because we have patrols, a particular police force, even if it still exists, that patrols the beach. What they're doing is supposed to protect against the guests being harassed. But in doing so, maybe those security guards are going a step further to deny access, which they can't do. You can't deny access. You can say, stop harassing the guests. Even though you have access to walk up and down a lot, don't harass the guests.
Okay, let me use some scenarios here. When I was growing up in Jamaica and there was Americana, Hyatt, Intercontinental, we used to go through the hotel to go to the beach. There was Turtle Towers there, on the beach, just go through the hotel to go to the beach. Then when it became all-inclusive, and these got bands on your hand, I've had Victoria Mutual, which is one of our sponsors, we couldn't go through as before.
Well, the truth is, there was never really, even then, there was never really a right to go through the hotel to get to the beach.
All right. Okay, so let's go back now to on the beach now, whereby you have to pay to get access to the beach.
And
No, on the beach, on Ocherous there.
When you say pay, pause a second. When you say pay to get access to the beach,
you have to pay.
Pay to get access through the hotel to get to the beach?
No. Move away from the hotel. We're now talking about Ocean Village Shopping Center. Ocean Village Shopping Center. You have to pay to go onto the beach, access to the beach. Let's move on further now.
When we say pay again, and I'm sorry I really have to drill down on this.
Yeah, you can.
The Ocean Village
Shopping Center.
So you're going to the beach through the shopping center?
Yes.
So, pause. Must tell me about the shopping. I don't know that you had a right to go freely to the beach through the shopping center.
Okay. You're not going.
Truth is, what needs to happen and ought to be maintained is that there is an access from the public road to the beach. It may not be through the shopping center. And quite frankly, that is what the law allows for. There must be access to the beach from the public road.
There's public road.
So therefore, it may well be that the shopping center might have a right to charge because they want to get to the beach through the shopping center.
But there's a public road there at the same time. But the shopping center, they're the ones that sort of control it, because what they say is upkeep of the beach and all those sort of.
Put it this way. And I'm glad you raised upkeep. We can come to that. If that is what is happening, it wouldn't be correct.
Okay.
The shopping center can't impose a fine or a charge to allow you access to the beach from the public road, if that is what is happening.
Well, there are other places, like some other beaches. When you go to Ocherous there, you try to get into those beaches, somebody is charging you to go on.
I'm glad you raised that.
I was there last year, April.
And that's the other thing. Well, now we have to let us drill down into that now.
Yes.
Touts and people who, how do I put this now? Capture, quote unquote, a beach or a section of the beach and tell people, you can't use this, you can't get to the beach without paying me some money to go into the beach. It's unlawful. That's the point I'm making. It's not sanctioned by the Jamaican government. They're not allowed to do that. What you do have, in some situations, there is an area that is designated a public beach. All right? And for maintenance purposes, to keep the beach clean, maybe you have changing rooms or another, there is a charge. All right? So you may well have that. And even in those instances, you still have to have access to the beach from the public road. And I've heard, people complain. I've heard complaints about feeling that I'm being charged to use the beach.
Yes. Yes.
When really what they're being charged for is the facilities surrounding the beach, i.e. the access to the restaurants, access to changing room, what have you, and then yes, a charge to keep the beach clean.
Yes, yes.
But again, I say, under the law, Beach Control Act, you have, as a matter of right, access to the beach.
So therefore, when different information.
And I've just to say, it has become a problem. I know the government has taken on the exercise of improving a number of these public beaches by putting in facilities and what have you. And in some instances, I understand they may charge something. And there are other beaches, and I probably won't name them, where, quite frankly, it has gotten out of hand.
Right.
Gotten out of hand. Touts taking over the entire beach space, carved up different areas to say, this is my section, that is my section, and all of that, and charging people.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Even day before yesterday, I heard about one particular individual being asked to pay 3,000 Jamaican dollars just to stand on a particular section of the beach to take pictures.
Wow.
Unlawful. So it is unlawful.
That needs to be very monitored then.
So when I hear, and just to say, the Jamaican government, one, has not barred anyone from accessing the public beach as a matter of law. No such bar.
Right.
People are not allowed to buy the beach.
Yes.
Beaches have not been sold. Right?
Yes.
What the Jamaican government has done is to renovate and improve a number of public beaches so that you can use the beach in comfort and all of that, not a lot of mess, etc., etc. That is what has happened. But in all of this, right? And again, I say we can argue about what is sufficient access or not.
Yes.
You are allowed access to the public beach.
And if someone listening and say, okay, I hear that, where can I find this information?
The information I've just given? Well, I suspect it probably is online.
Okay.
Proper reading, quite frankly. I know we're not all lawyers.
Well, anyway,
properly the Beach Control Act. But
further from this, I'll definitely, we'll speak and get that information out. The other bit also is poor service and poor... my question would be about our customer service and accountability to the Jamaican community. I've seen many episodes of poor service and poor communication to Jamaican citizens.
Yes.
They don't answer, you sort of dealt with.
Yes.
They don't answer the phone when you go into person to speak.
So I freely and readily admit that the customer service that the Jamaicans here in the diaspora is experiencing is not good at all. Far from what we are satisfied with.
Yes.
And we know that it is a big problem.
Yes.
Now, I know this is cold comfort to hear.
Yes.
To hear, one, that we are aware of the problem, and two, what I'm about to say, that the reason for it is just lack of sufficient resources.
Yes.
Really, is it not enough manpower, not enough proper technology to automate where we can automate and so on. And then I'll say too, it's not what affects us here, it also affects PICA, Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency. I know they are struggling too.
Yes.
The truth is that we are overwhelmed.
Right.
I mean, in any 1 month, 250 passport applications, in any 1 hour, 300, 400 phone calls for people.
And then you're dealing with one person.
And you're dealing with one person, and you can't deal with the 300 and all that you're having dealt with some. It's just overwhelming. But again, I say, we even this week, I don't mind telling you, the missions came together. We had a long, hard discussion with PICA on the various issues of non-compliance. So we have a lot of applications where there's non-compliance surrounding names not matching, photographs not correct, etc., and how it delays the process. And the failure, and I would say failure to properly inform the applicants on a timely fashion as to what is happening. We recognize that those are big problems. We are working on them. I know it's cold comfort, we're working on them. I don't mind telling you, I'm starting to see the benefits.
Yes.
Right? Even here in the Jamaican High Commission,
Yes.
we managed to get somebody on board who has a direct contact with PICA.
Yes.
So that we can, as best as possible in real time, understand what is happening. This has just been a recent development. We're able to do that.
It's interesting, and there's a bit from someone called LG, and you mentioned about the fact that there are many things that can be done online, and
Yes.
people don't have to attend. But we discussed this about, and you can just reconfirm this point. The website is poorly constructed and not easy to navigate. If you have a visual impairment, accessibility to the website, it is poorly. So therefore, that is also going to affect that elderly person because of the website. You said that there are some issues there.
Yes. Yes. The website, whilst the information is there,
Yes.
I do accept that it is not entirely user-friendly.
Right.
All right? Like I usually do every day, I just test myself.
Yeah.
I go on the website, I did that today, and I was on the website checking to see how do you replace a citizenship form that is lost.
Yes.
I did that. I tried to do that, and I didn't get a direct answer from the website.
Right.
I realized, okay, make my note.
Yes.
That needs to be, what's a gap that needs to be covered. Yeah. So I readily appreciate it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the High Commissioner is on to these particular issues. And someone asked, is the consulate in Birmingham is going to be open? Are we open?
The answer is yes.
Is it open or?
No, it's not open.
It's not open.
It's just going to be open.
Yeah.
I must tell you, that is one of the things that I'm hoping to have addressed.
Yes.
I expect, let me put it this way.
Yes.
No, let me just back up and say,
Yes.
we here have taken substantial steps to ensuring that it reopens. It begins with the appointment of an honorary consul.
Yes.
And we have taken some significant steps in that regard. Yeah.
And just the last one, following from the last PICA 2022 roadshow when they came, we have nearly 400 people in a WhatsApp group who are frustrated, and they're saying, "Can we have a meeting?"
They want to meet with.
Yeah, they want or yourself to have a meeting to have a discussion on.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I don't mind that at all.
I will, and that's for LG. I will.
Sure.
I Commissioner will,
Sure.
will sort that out definitely.
Sure.
I think the essence of this discussion is that the High Commissioner is here, and the High Commissioner is wanting to engage and to rectify deficiencies, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also there are positive things. But what's your last word, High Commissioner?
Listen, let me just say this to you, that this is overall, that Jamaica is strong,
Yes.
doing well, a lot of benefit to being a Jamaican citizen.
Yes.
All right? Please bear with us as we work out the consular issues. We're actively engaged in that. It's a daily process, and better is coming. Let me say that.
Better is coming.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're going to finish up. Better is coming. And thank you so much for joining me as I had Mr. Alexander Williams, His Excellency the High Commissioner to the UK from Jamaica, and we discussed various ranges of different topics. Beach access, the essence of the fact that he's also representing mainland, some aspects of Europe as well. Accepting the fact that there are challenges, and I know a lot of people have reached out to me about accessing to the information from the High Commission office and passport and all those issues. His fingers on the pulse of it, and it's going to be happening very soon. We're going to see some changes, and I'm going to follow it up as well with the ambassador, the High Commission as well. So I want to thank you so much for joining, and feel free to share any comments or views. And thank you so much from the diaspora on behalf of the High Commission and myself. Thank you. Bye-bye.